All right, and we are live. Good evening. This is Andre Sanders down here in Jacksonville, Florida, of Overcoming the Odds. And this is going to be kind of like a part two-ish if you were on last week, as far as what we covered, as far as some of the secrets to helping you build your business online using Facebook. So we wanted to cover 7 more here that you might not be paying attention to. And if you are, this to help you be a little more effective in helping you promote whatever it is that you promote. But without any further ado, let's go take it out to California real quick.
Hi guys, this is Patricia Henry, and guess what? I forgot to put my little banner up, so I'm going to do that right now. Let's see, here we go, and it's on. Yes, I'm out here in sunny California, back in the 80 degrees here in the middle, almost the middle of October, and I'm loving it. So, you know, I just had somebody ask me, how do I make money online? How am I making money online? Well, we know, just like any business, we have to have our business open, and we have to have customers, right? And they either drive by, that's if we have a physical business on a street in a town or a city. We have lights, and we have advertisement, we have all of those kind of things, various things to get them into our shop. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Keep going about the second part here of how to get fans, how to engage with them, and get them to like your business and come in and shop with you, or you know, get your services or your products, or the value that you're sharing. So that's what we're going to go through today. And I'm going to take it out to the UK. Neil.
Thanks, Patricia. Hey guys, Neil Henson here from the UK, currently 11 p.m. my time. We're quite the opposite of Patricia's end, because I've actually just got home and I've had to stick my heating on first thing because I can literally see my breath in this room. I kid you not, it's that cold sometimes. So, you know, this is the unfortunate thing with the UK. We do get some very, very cold weather in the winter. We haven't even hit winter yet, so, you know, we're in some real cold times apparently. So, but hey, never mind. But yes, you are in for a treat tonight, because it is all about Facebook, continuation from last week. So, you know, it's just going to be more and more and more info, and hopefully give you some further insights, maybe different angles to approach your business, maybe some things that you didn't even know about. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I will pass it back to you, Andre.
All right. All right. So, Patricia, I know you had this list that you wanted to keep on going on. I guess we just pretty much go off of what you have, though, set up for this. So you can go ahead, though, with this.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Well, the thing about Facebook is when people get online, right, they are new. I know when I first got online, and maybe I can ask my panel, I can ask Andre and Neil, what purpose did you get on Facebook for initially? Did you get on there just to keep up with family and friends? What were you actually doing? And then what attracted you to the businesses that you're in? Did somebody physically tell you, a friend or a family member, or were you on Facebook and then you saw something, and we know what it's called, an AD, an ad? Or how did you guys, actually, I never asked you guys that. How did you find out about businesses online? Andre? Or Neil? Mm-hmm. Or Neil?
I don't mind if you want me to go first. I sort of learned a bit more about Facebook ads when I started seeing them populating in my newsfeed. And Facebook, I was a bit reluctant at first, because it was one of them. I knew it was one of them where, like, everybody was doing it, and I just thought, the one thing I love about Facebook is also the one thing I hate about Facebook as well. The great thing about Facebook is it enables you to connect with literally anyone. And, you know, as we are, you know, we're here sitting in 3 different time zones. You know, 11 p.m. my time, it's 3 p.m. your time, Tricia, it's 6 p.m. Andre's time. You know, we've got 3 separate time zones, and we're thousands of miles apart. And yet we can stay here and connect on a face-to-face basis. I mean, this is Google Hangout, but you can do this also on Facebook. So it's absolutely amazing for that. But also, I saw the opposite end, and that's where you would actually have people in a room. In fact, I've done it a couple of days ago. We actually took a photo. One was in our breakout area, one was at work, and we took a photo. And you literally saw all people, 4 different people on the same team, on separate desks on their mobile phone, and every single one of them was on Facebook. And it's just like, you know, it's social media, so it's the way to get social with people, but it can also have the adverse effect. So I was a little bit, didn't want to go on Facebook for that very reason. I was like, I didn't want it to take over my life that I've seen everybody else do. But when I was introduced to Facebook ads, I was also seeing the flip side of it, the positive side of it, and the things that it can do for you. And so, like I say, it just opens up possibilities of how you can actually reach out to people. And I will say the one thing, the more I've learned about Facebook, it is literally the hottest place to be right now, because I was actually talking to Andre about this a couple of months ago, unfortunately, slowly before Facebook decided to shut down my business. But they're quite renowned for that. They'll just shut down your business without a thought. So you need to be very careful and very up to date with things. But the very good thing about Facebook is you can target someone by anything: age, ethnicity, sex, race, even how much money they earn nowadays. They've actually managed to grab hold of that information. So you can target someone based on so many different categories and demographics, and you can narrow it down to the nth, and we call it the nth degree. And literally just so detailed is unbelievable. And that's the beautiful thing about Facebook, because, you know, before Facebook there was Google, and the thing is with Google, you can only target someone based on the words that they type in, and Facebook is just taking it miles and miles and miles further, and it's unbelievable. And that's why I love Facebook. But like I say, the one thing you have to be careful of, I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but I will say the one thing you need to be very careful of is Facebook is very much like Google. For those people who were in Google, they very quickly jump on, change rules, and you have to keep up with them, otherwise they will shut you down. I found that out very, very, very quickly when they decided to shut my account down. And you know, you can try and get it back, but you won't. It's as simple as that. I've been trying for months. I've still got the account open now. I still can't advertise on it. So I've had to unfortunately open up another account, and that's what people have to do. Yeah. So careful. That's the good thing and the bad thing about Facebook for me. But I'm not going to go off on too much of a tangent. I'll let Andre speak, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Trisha, you were asking about what? Just
I was asking, how did you find Facebook? Why did you get on Facebook? And then how did you get interested in an online business? This is for our audience, obviously. They're listening to this because that's what I'm going to do. We're talking about engagement, but how did you find it intriguing, or what intrigued you to get into an online business on Facebook?
Well, I'll go back a little bit way further, and this one goes back to when I was in college. It was before my last year in college, my senior year, and I remember I had heard about it. This is 2005, summer 2005. I don't want anything to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. I heard about it. Obviously, at the time, MySpace was bigger than Facebook at the time. I didn't have anything to do with that either. And it was funny because I think it was one of my teammates and I at the time, since I played college football, one of my teammates and I, we knew a girl too, and she had literally set up an account for me. I was like, oh, crap. She was like, I'm going to set up an account for me. She said it. I was like, I didn't pay any mind. Too, I'm like, yeah, right. Well, next thing you know, I guess I think she had my email, or at the time it was, since it was mainly for college students, this, like I said, this is 2005. This is before it opened up to the public, because I think it was not mistaken, it was college students first, in high school, then the public. That's how, if I remember correctly, when this all happened. So I was like, man, forget this. So she set it up. I got the email like, all right, let me go fill out this information. I already got this set up. But the thing is, too, what I liked about it, I did a video about this earlier today, too, as far as connecting with people. When I graduated from 8th grade, because my elementary finished from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then high school was obviously 9th to 12th here, I lost connection with everybody there. Then, you know, I'm just on to the next part of my life. You see, that's where my mentality was. So it was just pretty cool to connect with every person that I knew growing up when I got on Facebook, you know. So just that was pretty cool, whatever. So I'm like, all right, let me go fool around with that. I think then a couple years later, I then signed up for MySpace. But again, Facebook was slowly on the rise. As far as business, to be honest with you, I came from the offline world as far as home-based business. So what since at the time, let's see, 2005, 2010, here it is, 5 years later. I'm already on Facebook or whatever. I had a handful of connections. That's to be honest with you, that's how I signed up my first person, was using Facebook. Now I should have stayed with and tried to fumble around, failed more to learn more so of it, because I know we never see so many. If you're watching this too, obviously, in business, you probably see so many different ways as far as how do this help market yourself on business. But this is in 2010 when obviously Facebook was still trying to get up and going, and business really for like maybe a marketing in general really wasn't that popular. But that's how I got my first sign up. I was able to connect with somebody, went over to his apartment, at the time, showed him the plan. The rest is history. So that's how I got involved as far as in business. But the thing is, for online, when that company I was a part of had shut down, I knew somebody from still that same previous company. That's how we were to connect. So it really wasn't because of Facebook, by the way. It's just because of connection from a previous company or whatever. But I still have those connections with Facebook, and it just took me to realize, from hearing from people in our community to in the home-based business profession, as far as just do simple things, just reaching out with people on Facebook. I got over 1,500 people on here right now. So it's like, man, let me just reach out to say hello. It's almost like a forum. It's almost like using the forum setup. Family, occupation, recreation, money, occupation, money and motivation. Just meet up, see how people are doing in general. So right now, I'm just hitting up a lot of people I knew in college. And again, being an athlete, you think I should be all over that as far as having so many connections. So I'm just trying to see, hey, how's it going? Been a while. Sent a couple messages. Just talking with a girl I know too that was on the track team when we were in college as well, just to see how she's doing. Not saying anything about business, and that's how you start off. That's not really. I'm not really thinking about, oh, let me go and slam her in right now. Let me see how you're doing. It's trying to rebuild that connection. That's the cool thing. We mentioned that a little bit briefly last week. It's just do simple things like that. I still get friend requests every now and then. And so, that's even better as well, because now I might do the video. I know with the phone, you can, send a video as far as like, hey, appreciate the friend request, or, do the voice message as well, which I just learned out like a few months ago. Because I was just trying to figure out the video too. I know, but I don't have any problem typing out. So it's simple stuff like that is what I've been doing, to answer your question, Patricia. So that's what I've been doing as far as using Facebook. But like kind of what Neil said as well too, as far as some stuff as far as running campaigns or ads. Again, something that you would have to fail, keep on trying. This, you have to play with to see if you want to get any type of results. It's unfortunate that would happen with him, because I remember we were talking about that. I know he was heated about that, and it's funny thing is he's not the only one. I know I've had several campaigns that have not gone through, and then when you keep on hearing stuff like, "Oh man, do video." I mean, one time I did a video that had nothing at the end of mine. I don't think I sent a link. I was like, let me just see if this video can go through. Sure enough, it went through, because I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if it's more leaning toward. I know Facebook's more, likable toward video than just regular, images, whatever. I don't know, but that's one thing I've heard from different people in the online, profession, home-based business profession, as far as videos, the way to go as far as running the campaign. So for those camera shy, I'm not going to go on a long rant about that as far as videos, or not even talking about video ads in general. But that's just something, if you choose to do, something to really look into, overcoming that limiting belief and just going after it. So hopefully that answers your question, Patricia. And you are muted.
Can you hear me now? Yes, because I never really asked you guys, how did you get on Facebook? How did you get on social media per se, and what sparked your interest about it? And of course, I got on because my cousin, I've told this story before on here, that my cousin was the one who got me interested in Facebook. I wasn't interested, just like you guys, or just like you, Andre. I was not going to get on Facebook. I thought it was a waste of time for people that I knew that were on it, or all they did was play games. And, as an adult, in my 50s, getting on Facebook, I could say, well, pretty soon I'm going to retire and I'm going to just sit back and be in my old folks' home and play games online, right? And I don't have any. Well, I have one granddaughter, and I could keep in touch with her via Facebook, her posts, see what she's doing, or my friends and family, keeping up with their lifestyle, and my umpteen billions of family members and friends. So when I got on, because like again, my cousin is an entertainment reporter, and she puts a lot of her stuff on her. She doesn't have a page, but she does have her regular profile, and that's where she put a lot of her things. But as I was online and about to touch that Farmville game, because like I said, I'm not a gamer, I don't do those things. I saw this ad on the side of the right side of Facebook. And what intrigued me, it was not really an ad, but it was a video. And I thought, who is that, or what is that? And we know that it's called attraction marketing now. At the time, I did not know what the heck that was called, but being in the industry, we all know what attraction marketing is. And you have somebody who is like you or speaks out to you, and it's like they're talking exactly to who you are as a person. And that is called an avatar. Well, there were two women. Actually, there were about 4 women that I happened to see. They were Black. Again, that's resonating to me because I'm a Black person, duh, if you don't know that. But anyway, they were beautiful too. And I said, who are they? I clicked on their little videos, and they were talking about their online businesses. At that time, I had no idea what they were talking about. And it was more their lifestyle. I remember the first one, I believe it was not Tracy Walker, but Nicole Cooper. And although both of them are the ones I happened to look at, but she was outside in a tropical setting, very nice. There was a pool in this. I said, what the heck is she talking about? What is it that she is advertising? So, I followed her. I started following her, seeing who she was. I didn't opt into her offer because I still was trying to figure out what it was and what business that she was in. But that takes me now, that transition to how we get attracted to online business. Eventually, I ended up joining not her business, but I ended up joining another person who you guys have met, my mentor, Marisol Dennis. And it's because of her story that she had, and also videos that she did, and the way she introduced herself to me, that got me intrigued in the first business that I got in with her, which happened to be a video business, an online video business. But let me get into the fact of engagement. We had some things that I went over last week, and I'm going to pull up my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And we'll briefly go over the first 7, and then we'll get into the next 7. Let's see. Let me know when you guys can see my screen. Okay, I'm going to go up to the top. Can you see my screen now? Can you see anything, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let me go back. All right, well, we talked about, attract readers, attention in your article. And now what we're talking about is most of you who are just watching this and you don't have an online business, we're talking about a blog perhaps that you would have, or a page. It could be your Facebook page or your fan page that Facebook allows you to have, and you can engage your audiences there. We talked about, did I do 2? We talked about balance various types of content. We know that we don't want to post the same thing 24/7, 360 days a week. We want to post different things. Craft posts to drive click-throughs, right? We talked about that. We talked about develop evergreen content. And what that means, and you guys, if you guys, Andre, folks, please message me just in case I lose you, because I'm not looking at my screen to know if I'm up or not. You can message me and I'll jump back on. Because for some reason, when I do share my screen, I've got kicked off. Technical difficulties, right? develop evergreen content. We know that there's trendy things, but we want to post something that will last up to 6 to 12 months and even longer, that people could share, like, and comment on. Express with emotions. We know heart emotions, or emojis, whatever you call it, can get the attention in an ad or a post. Find and share timely content, things that are happening that you want your readers to engage in. Like, for instance, unfortunately, and then we'll get into these right here. Unfortunately, we know that there's protests going on. And as online marketers, we really don't stay up with the news and all this nonsense when that happens to come into play. However, we can take it as an advantage now and use that, because that's top data. That is data and news that we can use for an advantage. Like, I know what was the Pokemon? I said, I don't play Pokemon. Like I just told you guys, I don't play games. But if it's a subject that people were doing, it made the news, and you could take that and run with that and get engagement. And other people who might think that's a silly game, like we do, people running into cop cars because they were paying attention to playing Pokemon, or people walking off a pier and into water because they're playing Pokemon. We could take that news article and make that newsworthy for ourselves and get engagement and say, isn't that silly? Like, these people playing these kind of games, and wouldn't you rather make $10,000 a day as opposed to doing something like that? To whatever headline that you would be able to use to spark people's interest. And you'll get more serious-minded people who will say, yeah, that is silly. But yeah, how can I make $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 a day? That's more like me not playing Pokemon. So we use those things to our advantage. So case in point, yesterday, I messaged someone who was watching Facebook Live with Mark Zuckerberg. I made that very statement. I said, the protests are going on. Would you like to make $3,000 to $5,000 a day online, or a month online? And I got some people that messaged me today about that statement, right? So that's newsworthy. Maybe, and what the person was talking about to Mark Zuckerberg was about the protest and how the news feed played a part in the elections. And so we take this stuff and we run with it. As marketers, we know how to utilize it to our advantage. But let's go here. That means gain insights from Facebook data, right? You're going to know when to post, how to post, right? When you should post. And how do you do that? You're going to go to the insights. Facebook has, if you have a Facebook page where your business is on, you're going to be able to use that information to your advantage, like I said, for your business, right? And we all know who Mari Smith is. She is a social media butterfly as well. She gives value to her audience, and she uses them to get her data for the content that she's going to post, the best times to post, and what she should post, and all of that. And then have a backup plan with your notes. Am I still on, guys? I want to make sure. Okay. Have a backup plan. The New York Times, when their website crashed and they needed an alternative plan, they turned to Facebook Notes. Now, how many of us use Facebook Notes? I've used it. I know I have it. I've done several posts, but that's about it. I have to go back and utilize that feature more. Okay, so that's a way to get engagement and have people read that, take the link and post it, use it more than your wall, and have people go back there and give them a call to action to comment on whatever you're going to post there, information or value you want to share with them. So include a Facebook app. Here it says from contest to events, listings, and email signups. custom apps provide numerous opportunities for driving engagement, but many pages don't take advantage of these, right? So it says this particular person, Andrea Valle, provides a great roundup of 8 customizable Facebook apps you can use to get your fans' attention. So you want to use these to drive traffic and engagement when you link directly to them from a status or update. And then, like, for instance, Social Examiner, which was what this website where I'm getting this information from, they use HO on Facebook to create their ad campaigns and things like that. So here, again, number 10 is join the conversation on the go. Now, we know Facebook Manager here, if you have a page, that's where you're going to use it. You use it on your Android or your iOS device. You don't have to be like at a desktop to engage your audience. We all know that we can use our phones. We have the Facebook app, of course, and we can engage with our customers there. But you don't want to have to wait to get back to your desktop to leave a comment or find out what's going on with your page. Okay, know what to include in images. Now, images, what is it? The expression or the quote is, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So while many businesses are incorporating images in their updates, it's a good idea to see how different styles of images affect your engagement on Facebook. And you know, you guys can play around with images. We all know what split testing means. Maybe our audience doesn't, but what that means is you'll have maybe 2 different images or the same image. Maybe you could do one in color and one in black and white. Maybe you could put text on one, maybe leave text out on one. Maybe you can put call to action to one or just leave it plain and see how many people you will like, comment, and share what you have on an image. So, you know, users prefer to see pictures of retail products without people, making it easier for them to visualize wearing or having an advertised product. Or casual images that show partial body shots like hands and feet are associated with higher Facebook likes. Or if your retail business has a unique brand asset comprised of people such as notable models at Victoria's Secrets and A&F, then images of people, or rather than images of people, may indeed help boost engagement. So see what works for you when you're posting something. You know, for us, this is more like talking about a store, which neither of us have. Well, at least I do. I do have a store. So, you know, I can experiment with those kind of things. And then you're going to experiment with your images, like Old Navy. My phone is ringing. Can you guys hear that? My phone is ringing. Okay, I think it's going to stop. But you can experiment, like I said, with your images, show your product without people using them to increase engagement on Facebook. And remember to compare the engagement for both types of images in Insights and adjust accordingly. And so when you do that, like here's one, obviously. And sometimes I know for myself, if I want to see something of scale, like a handbag or a purse or jewelry or ring, I want to see it on a person because I want to see how it looks. I want to see the size. I want to do all of that. So that's what I can incorporate. I could do an ad with or without a person in it and see which gets the most engagement and the most likes or shares. And of course, more than importantly, signups to buy the product. 12, launch a competitive, intelligent campaign. So Facebook sheds interesting light on what other brands are doing and can provide valuable, competitive, intelligent information. So let's say, for instance, we have our blog. You know, for us, we go and look at other people's blogs, how they're structuring it. Are they using video? Are they putting any particular thing on it? Like we talked about trending, right? Now, this is interesting right here. You can obviously apply strategies to your own page. right? If you're watching other businesses. But it says, for example, we all know Krispy Kreme donuts. I live in Victorville. We don't have one, but they are building one and it's almost getting ready to open. So yay, whoop, whoop, you know, but this was actually in 2014, it says here that they brought out a pumpkin, they got on the pumpkin bandwagon, welcoming pumpkin spice and the month of November. But several days earlier, Dunkin' Donuts acknowledged National Pumpkin Day and received far more likes and shares, just like with the trending on news items, right? Well, what happened? The results were based on the response that Dunkin' Donut received. It's fair to assume that Krispy Kreme should consider recognizing National Pumpkin Day, right, in 2014. So they should do that. And they probably did, because now that was an event. That is something that is hey, I don't celebrate that, but it is something to key in on that could draw interest for your clients or your customers, and you can get a whole lot of customer, like I said, engagement with that, and more signups if you happen to have a blog. So whatever it is that you're advertising, utilize it. Don't negate it. Even if you think that it doesn't work for you, use it, because that could help you get engagement. Okay, now manage your images. Update. Images command a lot of attention when it comes to engagement on Facebook, but how you publish your images can either excite or frustrate fans. For instance, loading a massive images to your page all at once, take the time to experiment with single image updates, collages, and albums to see which type of image update your fans prefer. And once again, it's all about testing, testing what works for your audience and who you're targeting. And 14, note when your fans are online. Once again, that's what we have our audience insights for. We go back and we look at the charts on our fan page to find out what works for us, what times of day. In this example, the chart below shows that the fans or this page are online at higher numbers between 10 a.m. and 11 p.m. That's kind of a broad base, but if that's it, and then it cools off at night, if you're running an ad, you can turn your ads off and you don't even have to run them. And of course, that extends the life of your ad, but you know when your customers are online. And that's what I've been doing with my store that I happen to have. But there are more. So let me get back here. There are more tips, but we'll stop right there. Any questions, guys? Let me stop sharing. Did I stop? Did I stop? There. Okay. Did you guys have any questions?
Well, I want to bring up something as far as that, or like the images. And this is something that, if you're paying attention, watching this, you could also implement this as well. Because I know, Neil, you and I, we talked about this like a year ago. We went on a rant several times as far as this. Like, if you're going in groups and people are just, basically spamming their business and giving out no value whatsoever, we kind of like sat there and like wanted to pull our hair out, because it's like, are you serious? People are still doing this, and they don't know what they don't know. They're uneducated. It's no different from what Eric Warrior, owner of Network Marketing Pro, likes to say. As far as you want to be an amateur, you want to be professional. The professional way is give them something that they can go and run with. As far as maybe a motivational quote, something I pick up from those like all throughout Facebook. I won't go and like make up my own per se. I could, there are different sites to do so. I think we heard Canvas. I think Canvas.com is one of them. So, go set up a quote. Maybe if you're reading, if you're feeding your mind, as Jerome said, or listen to audios, you can go set up your own quotes or whatever. You can go to Google as well. And then you can be pretty smooth with it. Let me give you an example of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do this all the time as far as how I market. You know, up here I have my business page. But you know, you see right here a whole bunch of, you know, like quotes or whatever. I pick up from this on Facebook, and you know, it's funny because you couldn't really tell what in the world am I promoting. It's like, what the heck is this guy promoting? You know, it's like, okay, let's go and see what he has here. All right, 3 things to, you know, build online success. And Patricia mentioned some of this. So you had your blog. All right, let's click on this link. What's he talking about? Maybe he has to link to this business. That's what it is. Scroll. What? Oh, this is blog? What in the world? Bam, there you go. You know, it's something of value. 3 things to bring online success. Boom. I'll leave it at that. And then I have, you know, Lightbox or whatever. You know, this little things right here. Oh, okay, here we go. Napoleon Hill. A lot of people are seeing pictures of Napoleon Hill. You know, obviously oh, there we go. Look, Think and Grow Rich. The book, obviously, that he wrote. Let's see. Let's click on this link, huh? Maybe he's spamming his business here. No, what's this? Another blog post. Something of value. What's something holding you back? So, you know, little things like that. The images will stick out real well too within. They will stick out real well in the groups. Other than, again, somebody just going spamming their link all over the place, because it gets annoying when you go to any particular group. And again, we're just talking about mainly on Facebook. You go to any particular group, and I've seen this also too in other social media sites. It's like, come on now. And I've had people to be like, or maybe comment on some of the stuff that I have, because it's something that, you know, you can take away with them relevant. You know, good point, something inspirational, motivational. Boom. I used to do videos as well. I still do, but I mainly use it off my page. A kind of little sneaky way. That's what I like to do. I like to get the quotes, send them to groups, and then I have a video on my actual page. So if somebody's curious to go to my page, boom, guess what? You see a video on whatnot, so you can relate to me, and then who knows, you might go and go ahead and like my page if you choose to. Now, obviously, get the call to action after the end of the video anyway. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, pretty much I'll be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I have seen people go and share the videos like crazy at the groups too. That's good as well. And then unfortunately, some people have done the amateur way as far as, hey, I need 3 people to come and join me here by the end of this time, and yada yada yada. That's like you.
There's one thing too that there's one.
So what again?
I was going to say there's one thing too that when you were talking about spamming, you know, spamming people and things like that. When I did do that, because that's Mark Zuckerberg's live broadcast last night, and it was pretty heavy, meaning, you know, because everybody's into the political mood here, people were at each other's throats, and you want to offer a solution to the problem. And I thought I did that because, you know, a lot of the economic unrest or a lot of the backbiting is because people are sick of that and they want a solution. So when I was able to make that little statement, I did not put a link. I just put a statement, and I said, if you're tired of all of this protesting and backbiting, you know, maybe the solution is to have your own business where you can make that, like I said, the money, $3,000 to $10,000. And then I said, I have a friend who is doing that. And I got some, like I said, some private messages, because of course there were 40K at the time of that live video, there were 40,000 people on it. And I said to myself, I don't know who I'm going to resonate with. I've never done that. I have seen other people put their spammy stuff. There's a lot of people who put their porn junk up and their websites and their stupid stuff. I said, you don't do that on somebody's personal live page, but if you can offer a solution that kind of makes sense without a link, you'll see who will read your message. And I thanked Mark too, just in case he happens to see my live messages. I said, thank you for making Facebook, because it is a platform that we can make money online. So who knows, I might get a message from Mark, but you know, you never taught. You reach out, and commenting, liking, and sharing, once again, too, is the best way to create engagement and to get engagement.
Yeah, and you know what, too? I've noticed some people trying to do that with those groups as well. Again, Facebook groups. But sometimes you talk about in the thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of people. So how are you able to go and do something like that? I'm not gonna lie, that will take some time, especially if it's the same old. You're still promoting your company.
And what you do is, try to take. I did not take. Well, of course, I don't know who's on there. I didn't directly message a person. So if you're doing it in a group, you just have to get out or do a screenshot of who you messaged, and then you could get back to them and see whether they message you or they will message you, private message you, probably about their business if they're on that. But what we do is we try to target people that need our product and services, because like you said, what they're spamming and they're putting a link to is their business. You can tell that they're not introducing themselves. Like that, what attracted me, like I said in the beginning, was it didn't say their business at all. That's why I said it was kind of hard for me to figure out what they were selling and what they were doing, because they were branding themselves. But that little attraction marketing that they did, since they were beautiful Black women like me, I was attracted to them and what they were doing. And I said, if they're successful and they have their businesses, why can't I? See, we want to have it kind of mysterious, in the sense of not a total non-disclosure of what we're doing. Because of course, if I had clicked on their link and got into their business at the time, I would have known what they were doing. But, I still probably wouldn't, because I was brand new online. But to know that these individual women had their own companies and their own brand and what they were doing, it inspired me. And that's what we want to do. That's what kind of engagement we want to create for whoever is watching us, right? So that's my point, so to speak.
It's also too, Patricia, as far as like what we're doing is a good way to be the hunted, which that's pretty much. Hey, yeah, that's fine. That's the reason why, like I said, when you're doing something that's really different and you're not going to spam and everything, trust me, it sticks out when you're in groups of the thousands and tens of thousands.
Yes.
Like I mentioned just a few moments ago, it happens to me every time. People are still doing it in those same groups. I'm still consistent with it, and I can say over time, yes, I have seen. I have built, some type of relationships. I have built some connections as well, and had some leads as well, because I've been so consistent. It always sticks out like a sore thumb. There's no different if you choose to do a video, same thing, something of value in that group, it still sticks out. It still sticks out like a sore thumb, because people are just like still doing the same old thing. Neil, we talked about it so many times before. It's absolutely ridiculous. Still people do this. Not saying that not saying they can't be excited for what they're a part of. We're not saying that. It's just like, be a little bit more of a way to be attractive. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the biggest thing for me, and it is one thing that drives me crazy. Well, I can't say it drives me crazy, because, well, it does, but I was like this when I first started, and this is why it drives me crazy. Because if I suppose it's one of the typical cliches that everyone says, if I knew then what I knew now, life would be so much different. And it would, because the thing is, you could be given the greatest strategy on earth, but the fact is, it won't work if you don't put it to work. It's not a magic pill. You're not just it's not something where you go, right, so you can find a strategy that the biggest affiliate, the biggest network marketer, the biggest online marketer is using right now. And the fact is, most people will use it expecting that to do the work, and that's all they have to do. And the fact is, it's not that makes the strategy work. It's the work that makes the strategy work. You can't just expect to apply it, like set up a Facebook ad and then suddenly rein in these thousands of leads and sales on command and stuff like that. You have to work it. You have to tweak it. You have to optimize it. You have to work and make sure that it works. And only then, when you've got everything in place and you've tested it and you've tweaked it as best as you possibly can, only then can you set it on autopilot and leave it to run. But even then, you can't leave it on complete autopilot, because who knows what's going to happen in the next week, month, or whatever. Who knows when Facebook changes its algorithm and decides, what, we're going to do this, and then how does that impact your business? It's never going to be on complete autopilot. You need to work it every single day, because that is only what's going to make things work. So these strategies, these tips, these tricks that people teach you, they mean nothing if you just go out there, do it once, and don't do anything with it. No different to what Andre's just been saying about these people who just spam links or throw out their links everywhere. It's no different either which way. If you want to throw stuff out there, no problem. But you need to follow up with that. You need to work it as an actual business. So if you want to post videos up there, then engage with the people who are actually taking the time to like and comment and share. Give them some love, because Facebook is not just about what comments, what likes, and what shares you get. It's about how you can engage and reciprocate them, because they took the time out to like you. So why not engage with them, talk to them, try and get them in conversation. Just because they've liked something doesn't mean to say that they're ready to buy. And this is the mistake people make. You don't just expect them to buy. You need to teach them what they need to do, or maybe you just need to understand where they're at, because this for me is the biggest thing that I see where people struggle. Don't expect them to meet you where you're at or get where you are. You need to meet them where they're at and bring them to where you are. And you can only do that if you educate them, if you reach out to them and connect them, understand where they are and what it is that's keeping them where they're at. And then you educate them by giving them continual content, continual information of things that you could help them with, or things that they need help with, or there's so many different ways. It's unbelievable. But only when you connect out with people and you start understanding what problems they're having and things like that, that's when you start, right, okay, so my next piece of content can be about that. So you do that, and then you connect out to more people, because not one person on this planet is unique to having one problem. If you have a problem, guarantee you now there'll be thousands, millions of other people that will have exactly the same problem. So if you go out there and you found an answer to a problem, like you think about the guy, I suffer with eczema. I don't know if anybody else has that, but I've actually got some cream. Now, the guy that created this, did he target just one person? How many people have eczema today? Millions of people have it. So you're not unique in the problems that you have. So if you solve a problem, let the world know about it. You will reach out and you will connect with so many more people, and from there you can start teaching them other things and connecting with them. It's not just about, okay, so you've liked this video, which means you're ready to buy. It doesn't work like that. You need to put in the work. If you're not prepared to put in the work, you might as well stop now. And no magical list, no magical platform, nothing is going to replace the fact you need to do work. So if all you're interested in is finding out what the latest, greatest tip, trick, or whatever it is, try it, and then find out, it didn't work as greatly as what I thought it would, so I'm not going to try again. Maybe this business isn't for you. You just need to accept that either this business is not for you, or just go, you know what? Enough's enough. The past is the past. I'm not going to continue to do the same stuff. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it with everything I've got. And that's what you need to do. You need to have a breakthrough. That everybody needs a breakthrough. Once you've got that breakthrough, you then use that to get another one, and you just keep going from there. And that's all anybody that is successful online has done. But it all starts with working your ass off to get that breakthrough in the first place. Because your breakthrough ain't going to come out searching for you. You need to go out and get it.
Also too, something as well that you brought up a good point too as well, and it comes down to how much are your dreams worth to you? Like if it's going to take you maybe 1 year, 3 years, 5, 10 years to get to where you're trying to go, would it be worth it? And what you're talking about is true as far as just being consistent with it. One thing I picked up on an event that I was at a few months ago was, in a good way, be stubborn enough to just basically stick with something until it just works out. Obviously, test, tweak it and whatever as well. But just be stubborn enough just to go and just make sure it works out. Just be consistent enough, to see how it works out. That's how, over time you get to build, a good little following that you might have. Build your list, build up leads. Obviously, too, you get sales over time. Obviously, we're not going to guarantee anything. That's what you see your income disclaimer below. But the thing is, too, that's what's possible when you just choose to be consistent, be perseverant, persevere through a lot of stuff, persistent. for a lot of things. Just keep on tweaking stuff, a lot of testing stuff. You might not see results right away. But I mean, this ain't, when it comes to business and home-based business profession, it's never been a get rich quick thing anyway. It's their actual business. If you study books from business people that like Robert Kiyosaki, as well, he goes, he's mentioned he goes 5-6 years before he even sees a paycheck. And obviously he doesn't work for the paycheck. He works for the asset, because the asset's more important than obviously this paycheck right at the moment. You see what I'm saying? So this is something you just got to keep on building and just pretty much working on yourself, really. And basically deal with some clients as far as sometimes you might just work in your mindset, because you're just gonna just be like, forget this, throwing a towel, and that's a mindset problem right there. We can go all day about that. We're not gonna get into that. That's for different topic for for a different time. But the thing is, that's really what it comes down to as far as getting these strategies. Yeah, he's right. Neil's right. We can give you everything to write everything, but you gotta be able to really just roll up the sleeves and get to work. In all honesty, So you're gonna have, like we mentioned earlier, we've had several campaigns fail using Facebook. So accounts will get shut down, unfortunately. Okay, so you telling me if you have that happen, so you're just gonna give up on your dreams? Just being straight up with you. So something to just really think about. Really isn't anything to think about. Just being straight up with you. But this comes down to this: how much are you willing to just go and make this work? And just something as simple just to go with
I like the way that you said, Neil, and Andre, that you have to be consistent, because in this business, you have to meet people online, right, on the computer, and they don't know you and you don't know them. So all of these different ways to engage with them and be creative with it, have fun with it too, and once you do that, people will see that side of you. They'll be attracted to you. And we know a bunch of leaders. Some are totally serious. Some are fun. They are like one of my mentors. She's always making this like, that kind of face or whatever. Or she'll put an intriguing headline or article. Like might say, did somebody die, or did what did she say? I know this might be surprise for you, or you can discover. There's words that trigger people who or imagine you doing that. And of course, she's appealing to moms who have children that want to stay at home. And I'm retired, so I'm wanting to attract people who are retired into the business. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these adjectives that will describe things that it could take their mindset to a place and time that they would like, that they're going to be attracted to. Like, she has children. She has 2 little kids, toddlers, not even school age yet. So she's going to use her pictures, and she could put quotes over pictures of her kids at the beach, or them in a playground or something like that. Me, I do, again, a lot of my attraction marketing through what I do socially, and I post those pictures. Like yesterday, I went with a bunch of friends down to this Mexican place called Olvera Street in Los Angeles. And of course, taking pictures with all the bright colors and of the shops, and doing a video on top of that, following it up with series of different things, and getting people to comment, like, and share on it. And then on one of those, not every single one, but put my link to my business. Would you like to learn how to do what I'm doing? Actually, the video is up right now, and I didn't put a link at all. But I may go back and put the link. And for those people who have commented on it or whatever, I could put the link in the actual page underneath the picture, or I could put it in the comments, and they could click on that, and that could spark their interest. Well, Patricia said that she's on a Thursday at lunch. She's not tied to a desk. Well, of course I am retired, but I could be working at Walmart, where like some of the older friends, or I still may be retired and working, which I am retired and working, but I set my own hours. I set my own freedom, because I have this online business. and I'm able to take off when I want. I do have a set schedule of things I want to get accomplished online for my business, but the reason why I am on business so that I can have that freedom. I don't have a boss to dictate, well, you have to punch a time clock and be on this schedule. And that may appeal to them. And hopefully they click the link and they'll join my business and want to do what I'm doing for that freedom lifestyle.
Yeah, and again, a little thing too that to mention, I know Emil, you brought this up as well, and we brought this up a little bit last week as well. You know, when you do give out something of value into those groups, and maybe they do comment or like or share it, if you go and message them, you know, who knows, you might get a friend request right away from the person, or you know, that's a good way just to start up a conversation. This again, use that forum technique as well. I know I've had several people that added me here as of late as well from those type of groups. But then when they do add you, like I said, I can just really just get into it as far as, you know, just trying to see pretty simple things. You know, obviously make a friend, find a need, and then suggest a solution. It's really what it comes down to, you know, as far as meeting up with people. And then if you maybe had some people already on your, you know, on your friends list as well, where you do try to connect with them. Something we mentioned last week. When you're inboxing them as well, your whatever you post will go up under the timeline. It's a little ninja way that we mentioned last week too as well. And you know, if you start doing those images, using those images to put them on your profile for a post too, that will stick out as well, and that will grab interest in people. You know. I know these guys have been seeing what I've been doing. I've been kind of consistent as far as what I'm reading. So I'm like, you know what? It's something a quote that hits me, I'm going to post it, you know, going through whatever I'm reading, you know. So that time thing, when, you know, Patricia mentioned for when to know whenever your time. I got a lot of people that I connect with that are literally from all over the world, you know. So I guess my best time is like 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning my time. Guess what? They're up already, like in the afternoon, morning time. They're parts of the world, you know. So you know, I'm a night hawk anyway. So you know, be consistent that way, and just rolling with it, you know. So something just wanted to leave you with as well, as far as, you know, making those connections with people, because you never know how far you're going to be able to, you know, how far you're able to go with it when you be consistent with it. You see.
Cool.
So
I'll just leave with this, and that is, when you're reaching out to someone, don't reach out to them with the intention of seeing the pound sign, seeing the dollar signs, and thinking about what you make from them. Think about first what you can do for them, because thinking that way is much more likely to result in you actually getting paid. You know, if you just go out there asking someone to buy from you, you're not going to get a sale. Whereas if you go out there and give someone the value, they're going to want to give you money to get more information from you. So think of it like that, and just think about what can you do, rather than thinking about how many signups can I get today. Think about how many people can you help today, because if you help enough people, you will get what you want. So give enough people what they want, you will get what you want. And just think of it like that every single day, and just say, you know what, I'm going to help 5 people today. Think of it like that, and just change your approach. And don't always expect the outcome of making the sales, because all it takes, it's like a bus. You know, at the end of the day, you wait for one, it takes forever and a day for it to turn up. You know, when one comes, you guarantee the next one's going to come up, and the next one's going to come, and it's just going to rain from there. It just takes that one. You just need that breakthrough. You need to persevere with it. You need to stick with it. Stick with the game plan. Same as what Andre and Patricia have been saying. You need to be consistent. It doesn't matter what you do. You need to be consistent now. And if you consistently don't show, or don't do what you need to do, you've already got your results is what it is. And if you're on here because you need to get better results, then you need to follow through with your game plan. And if you want to have a game plan, all you need to do is click the link below, reach out to one of us, and we'll gladly put you on the path and give you a game plan of what you can do over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But I will say this, it's not something you can expect like within a week. You can't expect massive results in a week. You've got to put this to work. I'd say at least 90 days. be prepared to put 90 days in your calendar and say, I'm going to do this for 90 days non-stop, rain or shine, I'll be here doing this, and see what happens in 90 days. You'll be surprised.
Also, to add on as well, once you do click below, it's 2-week trial for $7. Just so you know. But I mean, if you're going into that mentality like he just mentioned, as far as like, oh, I need to make $100,000 in a week. I mean, come on now, be real with yourself. You know what I mean? Depends how much really willing are you, or how much are you willing to just really go to work? You know, like first of all, yourself, number one, and then obviously, okay, it's nothing but a vehicle to help you get where you're trying to go. You know, or use the education to help you build whatever you're promoting. Because that's what we like to mention as well, as far as just using this as a tool to help you build or promote better what you're already promoting. So that's what we just want to leave you with as well. So we got value to what we've been sharing here this evening. Go comment below. Let us know. And like we just mentioned, we'll go and reconnect with you too. And if you've been following us as well, hey, don't be afraid to just reach out to us, because we will get back with you and pretty much put our money where our mouth is. What we've been talking about this evening as well. So with that being said, we'll see you same time, same place next week.
See you guys.
Thank you for joining us.